at the Trade Center. Okay, Kenya Bureau of Standards. I'll just read to you briefly on our vision, mission, and motto. Our vision is to be a global leader in standard-based solutions for trade and sustainable development. Our mission is to provide standardization, metrology, and conformity assessment services that safeguard consumers and facilitate trade for a sustainable future. Our motto is standards for quality life. So anywhere you see KEBS, it's all about standards, isn't it? Okay, so how was Kenya Bureau of Standards came into place? Kenya Bureau of Standards was established by an Act of Parliament, that is Act Cap 496 in the year 1974. It started its operation on the 12th of July 1994. And the operations of Kenya Bureau of Standards, they are guided by a 5-year strategic plan. Currently, we are implementing a strategic plan for the 5 years that is starting from 2022 to 2027. We also have a performance of Kenya, the balance score. What's our mandate? Our mandate includes we have standardization services, assessment services, training, that is standards and trade, or that is WTO. We also facilitate why standardization. Before standardization, before standards came into place, people could just wake up, do trade the way they want to do, Cindy. But I think with the time there came a need whereby there was need to regulate trade so that to promote fairness and even to increase the market share. So we have 3 purposes as to why standardization is in place. The first one is to facilitate trade. Through standardization, we are able to produce quality that we are able to produce products and services that meet a certain criteria. We are also able to protect our consumers to ensure that the consumers who consume our products, they get quality products. We are also, through standardization, we are also able to protect our environment. The waste that we generate from our production of products and services, it should be disposed in a manner that we do not destroy our environment. Okay. KEBS services. I had said earlier we have standards development. Kenya Bureau of Standards is a body that represents Kenya as an who represent the in the coming up with standards and even Kenyan and East African standards. We also have quality assurance and inspection. Quality assurance, this is whereby all products that are produced within the country, we normally do for them product certification. Inspection, whereby we inspect all the goods that come into the country to ensure that they meet the requirements of the Kenyan standards. Product certification, that one I have talked briefly, but when a product has been certified, we usually offer 4 marks. We have the standardization mark. Standardization mark is the mark given to locally produced goods. Then we have the diamond mark. Mark that is usually given for the companies or manufacturers who have shown excellence in production for over a period of time. And whenever you have a diamond mark, it's automatically that you have the standardization mark. We also have the import standardization mark. Import standardization mark is a mark given to all products that are imported from outside the country that meet the requirements of the Kenyan standard. We also have the fortification mark. The fortification mark, we are doing it on behalf of public health. There was this issue in early 2000s whereby we had a lot of malnutritions. A good example is in arid and areas whereby you could find that most people consume maybe ugali for lunch, uji for breakfast, and again uji for supper. So what they did, the public health recommended that various products that are consumed by those in the arid and the semi-arid areas, so that the fortification that is being done, it ensures that there are nutrients and micronutrients that are necessary, that when you eat, you've already eaten a whole meal. Sawa. The other kind of fortification is on salt. That to prevent goiter. The other service that we offer as KEBS is metrology and testing. The other one is certification body. Under certification body, 5 different such as 9,000 quality, sure that the service and products that you produce, they are of quality and your customers are happy. The other service that we offer as KEBS is National Quality Institute. Trainings are based on the standards and also they are custom made. What are the benefits of standardization? The benefit of standardization is to offer confidence to consumers. Whenever you go to the supermarket and you buy a product and you see, you are sure that that product is safe and good for consumption. Is competition. Through all products produced in the country or imported, they meet a certain requirement by the Kenya standards. And we do that, we ensure that all products that are in the market, they meet the requirements and the trade is fair enough. The other one is consumer acceptance of Kenyan products at national and regional international level. The other one is it reduces incidence of substandards products in the market. By standardization, we want to ensure that whoever will consume a high value, is it a high value product and a low value product? Let's say, for example, like unga, someone is consuming Ostes and another one is consuming Taifa. All the products that they are consuming, they meet the Kenyan standards and they are safe for human consumption. Okay, so this is where I was telling you where we are located. We have our head office, which is in Nairobi, South Sea. Coast region, we have an office in Mombasa. We have an office in Lamu, Lungalunga, Shimoni, Taita Taveta, and Oloitoktok. When you look at Lamu, Lungalunga, Shimoni, Taita Taveta, and Oloitoktok, those are offices located at border stations. But in case you have any issue regarding KEBS, you can always approach them. We also have an office in Lake region, that is in Kisumu and other border stations, such as Isibania. We also region, the office is located Kuru. We have an office in North Rift region in Eldoret, Mount Kenya region Nyeri, Northeastern Garissa. I know today we want to expand our businesses, so we want everywhere that you go, you can be able to access KEBS services. That is why I have emphasized on where we are located. Other than the physical offices, you can also find us online. Online we have www.keps.org, but I'll also be able to share with you other sites. Product certification, I'll not talk about it so much because I was told that it has already been, you've already been taken through. Cindy, on product certification? Okay. Okay, so for today, I was invited so that we can discuss what are the challenges and lessons that MSMEs need to learn so that they don't get out of business. The first challenges that most MSMEs face, they don't specialize in one product before venturing into other products. There's a saying yenyewe inasema, how is it? I don't know how I can put it, but njia mbili, how does it say? Yes, that one, I hope you know it. So it is always very important. First, when you start production, when you venture into something, make sure you become an expert in that before you can venture into another business. Because when you keep on, today you are here, tomorrow you are there, hivo, you will not even be able to understand your product better, and you cannot even become a special person in that. Otherwise, with government regulatories. Most of the time you have seen like big companies, they've been in operation for like 20 years. Unasikia zinakuja kufungwa because they are owing the government like 1 billion. Sindio? Unashanga, where is this 1 billion coming from? Other than the licenses that we have, challenge that we are having is on patent. Make sure if you have a good product, make sure you patent it and let it be owned by you. So you know the organization that normally does patenting of products. Yes. So make sure that one is done. The other one that I had the previous speaker who was before me, she emphasized on record keeping. Ensure that you keep records for everything that comes in and everything that goes out of your processes and even in between the processes. By keeping your records, you are able to track even your progress. Remember, they always say, if let's say, for example, this room was cleaned in the morning and there was no record to show that it was cleaned. Mtu ukikuja unaweza ukasema kweli it has been cleaned? No. So it is always very important for you to keep your records for tracking how your business is doing. The other one is that always make sure that your business evolves with the needs of the market. A good example is the hotel industry. The hotel industry, let's say the rooms, they have been in place for quite some time, but in the recent past, recently we have Airbnbs in place, indio. So make sure that in your business you have to involve with the market trends so that you can be able to stay for a very long time. Sawa sawa. So I want to open just an open floor for 5 minutes that we can discuss any other challenges that you face as MSMEs. So that we can share. It is just an open forum. What we've discussed.
My name is Goodluck from African Banal Conservation Initiative. I just saw there's a place where SMEs have got challenges in giving out levies, giving out taxes, giving out, they are paying so much and yet they are small businesses. So I'm just trying to ask, well, what is your corporate social responsibility? What do you give back to the community? You as KEBS.
Okay, let me respond to that one first before we get another one. Okay, as KEBS, we have a package for MSMEs. We don't charge them for the permit as we charge those who have a high turnover of 500 and above. If you have a turnover of 200,000 and below per year, we charge you 10,000 for 2 years for product certification, and that 10,000 covers 3 products. Sawa sawa. 10,000 for 3 products for 2 years. If you have a tonnage of between 200 to 500,000, we charge you 20,000, 3 products for 2 years. Yes? Yeah. Okay.
You know you are my people and I want the best for you, but I also want the best for us. Please.
My number is 0724 128 571. 0724 128 571. My email address is kerubo@kebs.org. Okay, sawa sawa. I've been given time to give off my closing remarks. We are all Kenyan citizens, and we are here is something that we have started because as an organization alone, we are not able to regulate the products that are consumed in the market because we also have the black market. So what we have done, there's something that is called Wajibika na KEBS. These Wajibika na KEBS, you as a consumer, we empower you on how you can check whether the product has been tested or the S-mark that is on the product is genuine. You do that by sending SM hash 223. That one, SM hash to 223. Like for example, the book that we are having before us, even the water, there's a KEBS mark that is here. The water that we are having, there's a KEBS mark that is here. You can send that code SM hash H26 to 223. Sawa. So by doing that, you'll be able to see whether the permit of that product is valid, whether it is expired or not, and the standard that has been used to certify that product. Sawa sawa. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much.
Tumpigie makofi tafadhali. So I want to give David Ogiga this moment to take us to the next step.
So with your permission, thank you very much, Ken, and all the facilitators and the speakers, and thank you, Madam Kerubo. I think that was, if we didn't cut short, then there were a lot of questions. So I suggest that during lunch hour, we can take all the issues that I think you wanted to raise with KEBS. At this point in time, with your permission, because of schedules, there's a dear friend of ours in our midst. In the morning, we had Jamal from Chambers, and unfortunately, he could not stay along with us because of a delegation visiting them. And now we have our dear friend Emmanuel Nzai, the CEO for Jumuiya. If you look at the banner, one of the logos there is for Jumuiya, and so are actually our host and actually our lead, and ensures that we are all aligned on the priorities and aspirations of the Kenyan coast. So I want us to welcome Emmanuel Nzai to make his brief remarks because he has a flight to catch, and then we can proceed on with the other program. Asante.
Thank you, David. Is it morning or afternoon yet? Afternoon. Good afternoon. So turn around and shake a hand to your friend and tell them congratulations. Because we're here for a graduation, right? My name is Emmanuel Nzai. Most of you have met. I'm the CEO of the Regional Economic Bloc, Jumuiya Counties of Pwani. We are formed by the 6 county governments. So with that, I want to recognize the county governments who are here. My good friend from Mombasa County, anyone from Kwale County, and that includes the county governments and the graduates and everyone who's here. Anyone from Kwale? There we go. Mombasa County? Very good. Kilifi County? Naona mikono mingi, hata yangu pia. Lamu County? Kuna watu wa Lamu. Tana River? Taita Taveta? Very good. So we have the numbers. And those who are not from those counties, because there's some hands which are not raised. Very good. So thank you, and again, congratulations to you. Just very, very briefly, I want to be very, very brief. Before there was Go Blue, there was Jumuiya Counties of Pwani. And Jumuiya Counties of Pwani had a conversation with the European Union for a period of 2 years, and we stated much of our problems. And our problems, we say, there was the same that you discussed here and why we are probably here. Unemployment, a lot of wealth. Dadangu Tumaini amezungumza of the problems that we have. We're in the midst of very rich resources, natural resources, but yet we are poor. Unemployment is here. And we say there was an opportunity here. And we say there was a major, major gap in between, which again Tumaini has said it and others who have said it. It is funding, it is expertise. Those two things were very, very critical for us to be able to move. In the midst of that, it's partnerships and collaborations. And through that, I think, as you've seen it here, you would not be here if it was not the work of many different organizations coming together in a very, very complex web. So it began with that, with the European Union giving funds and agreeing to the idea of Jumuiya that we can solve this. There is jobs in the blue economy space, but we have to incubate these jobs, we have to work with them, and for us to get it done, and we need the funds, we need the expertise. So through that, Go Blue was created. Go is actually stands for government. So levels of government which needed to come together in partnership to make Go Blue ambayo ni wananchi and the communities go blue, which is that economy which now we know the fisheries, the maritime, the tourism space, but all of it is about creating wealth. So then, this idea was based on most of the interventions on how do we get much of the population to middle income level, how do we create shared prosperity, which simply is employment and wealth creation. So the GIZ program was given that mandate. They've been doing the E4D program that, and it was simply for them now to move it, especially with the vocational trainings that we have. In Mombasa, we're in Kisauni, Ukunda, Voi, Lamu, Hola, and the other one, which one am I missing? But in each of the 6 counties, we partnered with each one. And then we went forward for us to partner now on the creation of or incubating micro, small, medium enterprises with the Sote Hub and many other partners who are here today. So to you, since you are graduating, those nice words which usually come in graduation, that luck is when, what is luck? When the other way around, preparedness. When preparedness meets opportunity. Out of this program, you are 100 of you or so. Out of it, quick math, I'm told most of you are at a revenue level of 5 to 10 million. I'm told the top one is closer to 40 million. Crab Shack wako wapi? Crab Shack. Tumpigie makofi Crab Shack. So out of the 5 to 10 million who are here in terms of revenues, most of you are probably, it's okay if you are low. Our goal in creating this employment and wealth, it has always been numbers. Okay? Out of the counties, how many MSMEs do we have who we can count from the community, are in the blue economy space or the green space, and from the income that they have, how do we move it to ×3 in a period of time that we can set? And we move that whether it's the county government giving 0% loans, whether it's Stanbic. By the way, congratulations and thank you Stanbic who are here. But we basically have a very structured approach of how we support the MSMEs. And so far, the GIZ program has only been a pilot. We are now at a stage where we want to move across what you are seeing on the board. A blue economy has been a catalyst. The Go Blue project has been a catalyst. The GIZ program is ending. But we are ready for us to start and catch on from there with our partners, Sote Hub, and many of the partners who are here for us to be able to carry forward. So what are we doing? In the next 2 weeks, we are going to be launching our first MSME incubator in Mombasa CBD. We are partnering with private sectors to be able to do that. We will be calling a call for applications to some of you, actually all of you, and depending on your success on that, you get to participate in that space. We are doing that to launch that for Mombasa and Kilifi on that day, and Isaac, one of the graduates, Isaac iko wapi Mobonji? Isaac is also leading the Kilifi lab. Patience Simba, where's Patience? Patience is going to be leading the Mombasa MSME with a few other partners who are here. So coincidentally, David, thank you. All these are now part of the Sote Hub ecosystem, simply moving to the next level. So the opportunity for you that I came to say to you is, even as you are living here, and you could tell even with the questions which you are asking kids, you want more, and you need more support. And I think we are very aware of that, and at this point, and that's why the county governments are here, in a very, very structured way, we want to work with you over the next 3 years with these labs that we'll create. So we will go ahead and be able to do what we are doing on the screen, where it's workforce development on one side. We use the county government machinery as much as possible to build the workforce, place people in the job market. And on the other side, also then incubate the MSMEs in the various value chains that we saw out there. We will be working with the university system, the vocational trainings which are there, for us to be able to pull some of those entrepreneurs who are on the move, like yourself, for us to move into what we call the last mile. So these labs that we will create in each of the 6 counties are mostly last mile. They are not in competition with Sote Hub, but complementary. And I'll give you an example. The first set of the boot camp that we will do for Mombasa and Kilifi, this will include all the others, it will focus on a call for applications from the beneficiaries of the Go Blue first. It will also go microfinances, those who have been given loans by the counties, and Kilifi, Mombasa, all of them have some sort of loans, which are probably below 5% out there. So those are the MSMEs we want to be able to count, and hopefully in the next 2, 3, 4 years we can have faces of MSMEs in the Jumuiya counties of Pwani, who are actually employing people in the communities. They are in the blue economy space, they are in the agri space, they are in the trade and logistics, all these high economic growth sectors that we have. But you are the pioneers for this, and with that, you should see yourself that the reason you are here is because you had in one or the other. You had probably some revenues of 2-3 million. The ones who were at 2 probably did not make it here. So you need to congratulate yourself and see this as a where we want to work with you, and let's make that goal with that strategic plan that you have, where we look at that balance sheet. We look at it and say, we will have a 5-year plan, and in that 5-year plan, at the least, we will increase our revenue and our productivity at least 3 times. I think that we can do. Hiyo yawezekana. Hii crab shack hii tunaweza iweka iwe 100 million. Miaka mingapi? I like that. Guys, mmesikia? So if these guys can move from 40 million to now 120 million, because that's what it will be. Imagine yourself at 5 million if you could move yourself to 15 million. So that's what I'm interested in having this kind of conversation at the incubation lab in the next 3-4 months. You know, ya kwamba hii tutaifanyaje mpaka ifike hapa. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you so much and again congratulate you and invite you to our 5th Jumuiya Agribusiness and Blue Economy Investment Conference. It's happening on the 28th, 29th, and 30th at Mamangina Drive. We're expecting a good 1,500 people. This is our 5th. Last year we were in Tana River. And it's a good networking place. It's a good for us to basically kind of emulate what we are doing. You mix with others there and we'll give you all the support that we need. I also want to congratulate Blue Radio. The Go Blue brand has come out with many brands. There is Blue Now, there is Go Blue Now, there is Go Blue wherever. So, you know, it's very, very encouraging that people have picked it up. And Go Blue Radio, congratulations. As we discussed, you are one of our top, which we will also support among the many. So with that, again, congratulations and thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Emmanuel. We appreciate him once again. Okay, at this moment, I would like to invite Mr. Fred from Stanbic to take a few minutes and tell us what we do wrong. Leo tunapiga msumari kwenye kichwa. I'm good in Swahili, I just pretend so that you think I am not making it. So Fred, as you come, to give us your remarks. Are we okay? Tunaendelea vizuri? So tumkaribishe Fred kwa makofi.
Good afternoon. Jambo. My name is Fred Isiaho. I'm from Stanbic Bank. I work at Changamwe branch. I deal with business and commercial clients. We are happy to be part of this session today, especially me, since I've been going through the phases at Sote Hub, seeing the businesses grow, some of them coming to us to open accounts, which has been such an opportune moment to us. I'll just take a few minutes. I comment about the Stanbic Foundation. We had a Go Blue economy financing for customers, ranging from all the business sectors which have been mentioned here. And we got very many applications, over 400, but only few qualified. So I'll just thank Sote Hub. Most of the clients who came through Sote Hub, most of them were qualifying. In batch 1, which was done last month, there are around 30 who got some funding, ranging from 50,000 to 500,000, which we feel so proud as Stanbic. We have phase 2, which is ongoing. There are some who are getting the funds either this week or next week. It's in the process. So I've heard there are big fish around here and I haven't seen them at Stanbic. I'm hoping today I'll get them today. We had some few challenges when we were rolling out the program. Most of the clients don't have bank accounts. It's a very big challenge for the small SMEs. They have good records, but you cannot quantify the amount they have. In the bank, we check your statement for a period of 1 year. What the turnovers you are hearing, you cannot have a turnover when you are not banking. Whether you are using your mobile phone, a till number, or any form of banking. So what I'll encourage most of you here, let's not rely on M-Pesa transactions. Banks are now shying away from supporting clients using M-Pesa transactions. Then 2, most clients don't have the required regulatory documents, like even business permit. Some of them were disqualified since they didn't have a business permit, and a genuine one. Some had River Road business permits, they were disqualified. You see, you are getting 0% interest loan, and you have a fake permit. We'll give you the money. Utapewa kweli? Ni ngumu. Then on the record keeping, that one has been mentioned. I will not emphasize on it. Then the applications are still ongoing. We are launching the batch 2 very soon. So I'd like to encourage those who are at Sote Hub. If you have any need, just if you liaise with David, we shall get your contact and we shall be able to support. Thank you. Anyone who has got anything from this team? Just raise
You can just stand. You can just stand.
Anyone who applied and has not received, we have phase 2. I think they are a good number. They'll get, for the phase 2, there were very many. Since phase 1, most of them, they were a bit, they feared money. Kuna watu wanaogopa pesa. Mara ya kwanza hawakujaza, they waited for the lot 2. That's when most applications were received. But we are working on them, mutapata pesa.
So we clap for him. So we gave the opportunity, the money was there. Talk to him, be prepared, be ready. Talk to him. Make sure that everything that you have, you already prepared for the next round. Let's speak to him over lunchtime. I know we have questions. If we allow this is a very wide topic. Hatuwezi jaza maswali. A burning one. What is the maximum? The maximum that they can give.
We were to give up to 1 million, but we had very many applications. So at least we want everyone to go blue. If we give you the 1 million, we shall lock out those one who want 50, 100. So we capped at 500, at least to reach to many people. Since the program is not only in Mombasa, it's throughout the whole country. Yeah. But if you have an idea that you really need 1 million, it's case to case basis. You'll get it. Thank you.
So Fred is here. We can chat with him over lunchtime. Make sure your things are okay. Deposit your money in the bank. I told you, they look for your financial behavior over some time, and that is the thing that will be qualifying you. Sawa sawa. See, we clap for him and we consult him over lunchtime. The other people, he has another team from Stanbic. I think we can be able to also talk to them. At this moment, from the Kenya Chambers of Commerce, I would like to invite Ms. Gerard. Tumpigie makofi akikuja.
Good afternoon, everyone. As Mr. David said, our chairman was here earlier before, but he had other commitments, so he left. Allow me to read his remarks for you guys. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, esteemed faculty, and of course, the brilliant graduates of the Go Blue project, good afternoon. Today marks a significant milestone in our lives. We gather here not just as individuals, but as a community of learners and achievers who have embarked on a transformative journey in the realm of business and personal development. Congratulations to all of you. As we reflect on the past months of intensive learning, collaborative projects, and countless hours of preparation, it is essential to recognize that the knowledge and skills you've acquired go beyond notes and lectures. Go Blue Business Development Program has been more than just a curriculum, but a crucible for forging leaders, innovators, and strategic thinkers. Ladies and gentlemen, in the world of business, adaptability is key. We are living in an era of rapid change where technology, markets, and consumer behaviors evolve at an unprecedented pace. The skills you've honored to this program, critical thinking, problem solving, and strategic planning, are not just academic credentials, but they are tools that will empower you to navigate the complexities of the ever-changing business environment. Business development is not merely about increasing profits and expanding market share. It's about creating value. It is about identifying opportunities, building relationships, and fostering sustainable growth. Each one of you, the graduates, is now equipped with the knowledge and skills to be architects of positive change in the community. As the chairman of KNCCI Mombasa, let me share a few key insights that I believe are crucial for your future endeavors as entrepreneurs. First, you need to embrace change. The only constant in business world is change. Embrace it, adapt it, and be the driving force behind it. Those who succeed are not the ones who resist change, but those who harness it for innovation and improvement. Second, continuous learning. This graduation is not the end of learning journey, it is just the beginning. The business world is very dynamic. Third, collaboration is the key. The most successful ventures are rarely solo endeavors. Collaboration amplifies creativity and enhances problem solving. Build strong networks, seek diverse perspectives, and understand the power of teamwork. Ethical leadership. As business leaders, you have a responsibility not only to your shareholders, but to the society at large. Make decisions with integrity and let ethical considerations be your guiding principles. A business that operates ethically is not just more sustainable, but also more respected and trusted. Resilience. The path to success is often paved with challenges. Your ability to persevere in the face of adversity will define your whole journey. Be resilient, learn from setbacks, and let challenges be the stepping stones. Access to information and resources. Chambers of Commerce are valuable repositories of information. They provide SMEs with market intelligence, industry trends, and regulatory updates. 4. Capacity building and trainings. At the Chamber, we are committed to enhancing the skills and capabilities of businesses. Through various training programs and workshops, SMEs can stay abreast of the latest business practices and technological advancements. Number 5, marketing and visibility. Additionally, KNCCI membership provides SMEs with a platform to increase their visibility, from participation in trade fairs and exhibitions to inclusion in business directories and advertising your businesses in our Chamber magazine. So how do we do this? As you may ask, there are numerous opportunities that MSMEs in Mombasa can be on the lookout for being part of KNCCI. First, trade missions and export opportunities. We often organize trade missions, creating opportunities for SMEs to explore new markets and expand their reach beyond local boundaries. This is especially advantageous for businesses in Mombasa, given the city's strategic location as a major port and gateway to international trade. 2. Collaborative ventures. Through networking, events, and collaborative initiatives facilitated by the Chamber, MSMEs can identify potential partners for joint ventures and collaborations. This can lead to the pooling of resources, shared expertise, and increased competitiveness in the market. 3. Access to funding and finance. We frequently partner with financial institutions, government agencies, and investors to provide funding opportunities for MSMEs, whether it is through grants, loans, or venture capital. Being part of the Chamber can connect businesses with financial resources. Number 4, skill development and innovation. We also offer supportive initiatives focused on innovation and skill development. Number 5, policy influence and advocacy. By being members, MSMEs therefore have a platform to actively contribute to shaping policies that affect their industry and community, from the budget cycle, CIDP, stakeholder participation, and many others. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, in conclusion, as you step into the next chapter of your lives, remember that the future is not a destination, but a journey. Your training has provided you with a compass. How you will navigate the uncharted territories is now up to you. Graduates, congratulations once again. May your endeavors be fruitful, your impact be profound, and your journey be one of the continuous growth and success. Asanteni sana.
Thank you so much. We appreciate her once again. So how is it going? If it's good, clap once. Okay. Okay. I have seen the people who will not graduate today. The people have to repeat the class. You know, I'm so happy that this is the first class we did not have dropouts. It's either the fee requirement was not up to standards or you are good students. As I buy time, I want my colleague Alvin to come on stage and set up. Yeah. So it's a selfie time. You know, your neighbor is also getting old. Piga picha. Piga picha. Can you take out your phone, please? And take before they get older. So tell them this is the youngest you can ever be. Siwambie huyo mtu, this is the youngest that you can ever be. And this is the only time that you can say you are young. This is the youngest point that you can talk about. Yeah? So for that, take a selfie, enjoy the moment. So if you feel you are young, clap once. If you feel you are young, clap once. Okay. You cannot be younger than Sawa. So thank you so much. Alvin, welcome. Take it over.
Asante Ken. Alvina, please give me some volume. I think someone had dropped it. The mixer is there. So, I want to volume. I want to, in the mood of celebration, I want to play a documentary. We mentioned the summit, and some of us who are not there maybe, and we just want you to have maybe a quick run through of what went on. But before that, I think it's going to be a great disservice if we don't recognize the guests who are here, and our friends who are here. The director will come and maybe add a voice to this, but I just want to acknowledge Brenda, our dear, mark the word dear, friend from GIZ. We can clap for Brenda. Brenda had a tight schedule, very tight, but the love for us, I think her coming means too much for us. So clap for her again. Asante. So I will also acknowledge our friends from the county government of Mombasa. We have Naila Faruz, and also I've seen my friend Meshak, and the rest maybe that we've not interacted. Tunashukuru sana kwa kuja kwenu. We have our friends from also Mombasa County Department of Fisheries, Blue Economy, including Ruth Serengo. We've seen Armit Pratap from Samaki Poa. He was here. He opened his doors for us, and we went there for an exposure visit. Asante sana, Amit. We have our friends from Tech Bridge. Anton, thank you so much, sir, for coming. It's not a vote of thanks. I'm just acknowledging you guys. And also Roslyn. We've seen also our friends from Women Enterprise Fund, Eunice Karaoke, Agriculture Sector Development Support, ASDSP, Mildred. We acknowledge your presence. Our friends from KNCCI, including Naima, you just given us some nice speech. Asante sana. Thanks, Fred from Stanbic. Thank you so much, Daktari in his absentia. Emmanuel Nzai, we acknowledge his presence also. He's been here. And also Patience from the same JKP. We also acknowledge WF Hussein, Ahmed, who is here. Our friends from KEBS, Mutuku Frederick and Liz Makirubo. Our friends from Sinapis, we've seen Costa. Our friends from Yepi, Khadija Abdallah. Our friends from Kapie, Chris, Asante Sana, Kemri. Our friends from Kemfree, Winnie Jeffwa. Our friends from Kimisitu, I've seen Esther Wakesho. And, of course, our friends from Taweza people with disability. So as we continue to celebrate and any other person that maybe have not acknowledged. We are so happy that you are here to celebrate with us. So, before I invite our director David, let us go back to the mood of celebration and see what went on in the summit, and I'm hopeful that you are going to be inspired and also you'll enjoy. I think there is no sound. Oh, it was on my side. Thank you.
In the dynamic coastal city of Mombasa, Kenya, a groundbreaking event unfolded, leaving an enduring mark on industries and communities alike. From October 26th to November 3rd, 2023, the Blue Economy Innovation and Investment Summit, organized by Sote Hub, illuminated the region's dedication to sustainable development. Set against the backdrop of Mombasa's stunning coastal landscape, the summit-themed Seas of Innovation, Technology in the Blue Circular Economies, offered a week-long spectacle of knowledge exchange, collaboration, and visionary discussions. On October 26th, a session gathered over 70 women from all 6 coastal counties in the blue economy.
The theme of today's session or event, being the first day, was on women in blue economy, whereby we had an open forum with all the women within Mombasa who are within the value chains in the blue economy. So we had fishermen, had women who are dealing with boat rides and fishing. We had women who are dealing with tourism. We had women from various value chains within the blue economy. So we had an open forum whereby we were training them on how to communicate in their businesses, on how to do market research and also offer market linkages.
On the 28th, an existing amalgamation of a procession, cycling event and beach cleanup united a dozen partners under a shared commitment to environmental conservation, climate mitigation and adaptation, resulting in the collection of over 400 kgs of plastic waste.
Today we are doing beach cleanup. So as you know, there is a lot of plastic waste in the ocean. I think it's estimated close to 5 trillion tons of plastic in the ocean. So we are raising awareness on a better way of handling our waste, especially on the plastic. But then today also, after we come from here, we have the hackathon, which is now on cybersecurity. So we have over 60, 70 young techies in the hub today, and they are going to spend the whole night until tomorrow hacking on the challenges on cyber. So we hope we will have amazing solutions coming out that we can be able to exhibit in the main summit, but also to showcase.
The Grand Summit, held on 3rd November, featured keynote speeches, panel discussions, exhibitions and showcases, becoming a vibrant melting pot of ideas and innovation. With over 250 delegates, including innovators, startup founders, MSMEs, manufacturers and investors, the summit's success was tremendous. The impact of this summit was felt far beyond the shores of Mombasa, shaping the future of the blue economy and fostering prosperity for generations to come. None of this would have been possible without the generous support of our esteemed sponsors, including Slovak Aid, Asset, UN Habitat, GIZ, Business Finland, and our valued partners including Jibu, AAR, Blue Radio, Cinepis, Youth Empowerment Program Initiative VIAPI, Kenya Wildlife Service, Jumuiya ya Kaunti za Pwani, Mombasa County, Voluntary Services Overseas, Kenya Maritime Authority, Bao Staka, Mombasa Walk, Bike is Best, Only Devs, Early Birds Banda, KCIC, Strathmore University, Bay Hub, Nia Adventures, Critical Mass Mombasa, Hazina Accelerator, Dallas Spaces, Tech Bridge, Iome 254, and Swahili Box. See you next year during the Blue Economy Innovation and Investment Summit 2024.
Let's clap for the narrator. I love to know who the narrator was. He was a guy from from Blue Radio. Who was it? Accelerator. We really love to know who it was. So, in that same spirit, I want to welcome my boss, David. Please, let's applaud him as he comes. Asante sana.
Okay. I think there are only like 2 important speeches left, and then we close. And so my work is to bring you the guest for the day, and I'm glad the guest, all the men disappeared, so the guests remaining are ladies, which is actually in the spirit of the project. Yes, yeah. So I think we started on a good note, and we are going to end it also on a good note. So Alvin, I think there are also some partners we did not recognize. There is TechnoServe, Shifea, maybe just wave. So TechnoServe are starting a new project. And then I think there is Blue Radio, I think they already recognized. And then of course, the chief guest for today was Madam CEC Kibibi for Blue Economy. Unfortunately, she was not able to join us because of a World Bank engagement. So she sent a very able director, Madam Aisha, who I will be inviting next. And so when I was watching the documentaries, I think it struck me like really we've come from far. And really the milestone that each of us, right from the feedback from Gloria in terms of reducing the carbon footprint, this is a very important field. In the EV, to Dixon. Dixon gave you a glimpse of what they are doing. Typically, the Kenyan style, you always don't say the truth in the terms of income. So I want to believe Dixon, it might even be twice. Anyway, it's a joke. Yeah, but like, these are all testimonials, verbatim. And when the king was here, one of us hosted the king, Baustaka. So Maggie, you can just wave and just inspire us, really, because I'm sure, Anton, you didn't meet the king, eh? Yes. Same to me, I was looking forward. But when I saw Baustaka was there, and they were Nyali Beach, yeah? So it just shows that individually, as much as, so we could not fit 100 testimonials in the video. Neither could we fit everyone to come and speak. Because if we do that, we probably will be leaving by midnight. So your story is important, okay? Your story is very, very important. And hang in there, and we'll be coming. You probably is the next one that will be showcasing. Because one of the outcomes that we want to encourage is how do we give visibility to you, to your story. But I also wanted, before I welcome the speaker, to share with you also something a little about business. I'm not, well, I'm nowadays a senior citizen, just like Madam Tumaini. In fact, my staff call me what? That I'm old man. In fact, even Brenda calls me old man. The donor herself. So, and Madam Rachel. Madam Rachel, we are all senior citizens, right? And Madam Tumaini and others. And of course, you'll be following us next. So when I was in school, so this is a personal story, just a short story. I know most parents really like to tell their kids that, oh, I was always number one, you know. I was always, you know, top of the class. Because rarely do we have parents being number last. The stories they tell their kids is always of some hero somewhere and some conqueror of some mountain or something of the sort. Now, it was different for me, if I remember, in the early stages in my school life. I struggled a bit. Typical, whether it's science, whether it's mathematics, you know, like the way the teacher comes and they teach and then you're meant to memorize. I think I had an issue with that. So, but then there was a friend of mine, I still remember him after his name was George. So there are these guys who naturally they don't even read, okay? Yeah, but when examination comes, they always top of the class or something. So I made friends with George. And during break time or during weekend, I was giving some incentives to George. And then George could take me some of the difficult concepts. And so that continued. I think that this was in class 4 or something like that. So first term, second term. And then something interesting happened that in third term, I was number 1 in the class. Okay? So you can imagine my relationship with George, how it went now. Because he was always a number 1, but now the student was number 1. And so the lesson for me here was, sometimes you can work with competition. Okay? We tried to spy or to keep off, you know, but sometimes you need to learn from each other. So the lesson I learned on how George was going about studying and absorbing this content stuck with me. And the Swahili word is mchovi asali, hachovi mara moja, si ndio? So I had learned how to be number 1. And I want to tell you, all from class 4 all the way to university, that secret sauce never left me. So my lesson then was, so besides working with the competition, which was working smart, but also to work hard. And I found that because I'm weak, work as twice. So work hard, work smart, be consistent. Okay? And that for me has been true in most of the things that I've been able to do. And so another short story, sorry. So I think it's like 4 weeks ago, I was, maybe I've shared this, I was going to Rwanda. There was a continental position under AfriLabs. So they were looking for regional representatives. So this is a big deal, you know. So you campaign online, and I remember Alvin and Ken were my chief campaigners. You see the magic he does with videos, so he did a fantastic magic with his videos. And I was able to share the video in the WhatsApp group of all the voters. Then the next day, my competition composed a song. So me, I just did a video like my ambition, what I'm gonna do in AfriLabs. But this guy is an artist. So you can imagine the hype that he brings and the rap and all the stuff. I didn't sleep that night. Okay? I knew this one is gone. Hii imeenda. Yeah, hii imeenda. So the game of the rule was, so you do the campaign and then you go to Kigali, because it's like an annual gathering. Then during the Kigali conference, you pitch. It's like the way we pitch the startups, the way you always pitch, okay, to guests and potential funders. 3 minutes, in front of 200 delegates, and then you get they get to vote of whose idea is the best and implementable. So whatever I was vying for was Eastern Africa representative. So that means it covers almost up to 11 countries and represent this organization. Now, as fate will have it, when I was traveling to Kigali, guess the person who sat next to me? My competition. So my competition was here with me. And those of you who know me is that I don't keep quiet a lot. So when we are together, we crack a lot of jokes. So easy to relate with. So I was cracking a lot of jokes with this dude. And then in the middle of this, he was, so this has remained in this room, all right? Because this is confidential information. This guy was giving me his manifesto. You know, I'm gonna raise 100 billion USD. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna meet this prime minister of Norway. I wanna do this. I wanna do that. And then, it's very good. It's very good. Very good. I'm taking notes, all right? And so when I reached Kigali, I knew what not to say, okay? And as they say, the rest is history, because I emerged victorious in that election. So yeah, so that's the aspect of. I'm telling you this because none of you is my competition, okay? So you are all friends. That's why I invited you here. But how do you become adaptable in situations? I think that for me is very key. Now the business world is tough, extremely tough. Whether it's the cost of fuel, whether it's the cost of raw materials, whatever it is that you can talk about, it's not easy. Are there certain things that you can change in your business? It could be what? Maybe you had several fleets of cars that they were going the same direction. Maybe you need to aggregate so that you only have maybe one. Maybe it could be in terms of investing in new renewable energy so that you can be able to save on cost. Maybe there were certain roles that were maybe, how do we call it? Too many people in certain roles. How could you be able to streamline that so that you can be able to save? So how do you become adaptable? For me, the most important thing, I think, is the success of your business is not at all, is on you, you know? It's not on GIZ, who we thank very much. It's not on Sote Hub. It's not on European Union. It's not on JKP. In fact, the reason why we are here is because you are. If there was no Dixon with Crab Shack in Kilifi, or if there was no Rachel with her staff, or if there was no Baustaka, you know, or Mimo of the Marmalades, we could have not started this idea. So it means that even if you remove us from the equation or anyone else, you can still be able to get similar, maybe even better. I hope ours is better. So work hard, but work smart and be consistent. And sometimes work even with your enemies. Collaborate more. Be flexible, be adaptable as things go by. And as I finish, I think one of my people who inspire me a lot, Steve Jobs, and I think I've read many of his books. And he said, of course he said a lot of brilliant stuff. Steve Jobs is quite an inspiration until date, iPhone and the rest. That the greatest invention in nature is death. All right? For him, he was talking about the natural death, like we will all die. But that takufa wote. In fact, I can bet in the next 100 years, none of you will be around. Like, I'm so sure about that, yeah. But if you're around, you'll be a nuisance to the family. Yeah. So he said that the realization that he knows one day he will die is the biggest motivation for him. So every day when he wakes up, he asks himself, if this was the last day on earth, should I be doing this thing that I want to do today? Okay? If this was my last day on earth. And if the answer is no, then he changes it. All right? And for me, my translation also is there are a lot of things that can also die in your lifestyle, in your business, in your social life, in whatever way you engage. And that gives you opportunity to take up new ideas. And so I really want to thank you for the hard